Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I just realized today's Friday the 13th. Isn't that trippy? So my name is Karen, and I will be your facilitator instructor for part one of your member orientation today. And the material that I'm going to cover today has to do with your membership and the ethics of being a realtor at San Gabriel, West San Gabriel Valley of Realtors. So, excuse me. So without, and then during the second part, Leon Townsend, who is also another member of our association, who is also an instructor, will be covering part two, which is the multiple listing services with you on the second half. Between the first and the second part of this orientation, there will be a break. I want to say it's about 15 minutes. Is that right, Angie?
Yes, that's about right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 15 minutes to, kind of stretch and do your thing, go to the restroom, and then come back and join Leon in going over the multiple listing service. Please utilize I believe there's a chat box still, a chat box if you have any questions in regarding to any of the material that we're going to cover today. And we'll check the chat box periodically to answer anyone's questions. The first part, to receive orientation credits, you must stay for the entire program. Attendance will be monitored during this training session. And in order to receive your new member orientation refund, you must also complete the NAR Code of Ethics training for new members. You can visit www.nar.realtor, click on education, and then Code of Ethics training. And then under new members, and click take the course now and follow the prompts to take the Code of Ethics training. West San Gabriel Valley Realtors mission statement. So our mission statement, it's our mission to advocate and enhance the interests of realtors, to promote adherence to the Realtor Code of Ethics and professional competency of members, to safeguard and preserve private property rights, and always being mindful of cultural backgrounds within communities. At West San Gabriel, we do have different avenues of keeping in touch and getting the latest updates via social media and text alerts. First and foremost, we do have a website that's www.sgvar.com. We also have a Facebook page at wsgvr.realtors. We also have a YouTube channel where you can see and view past breakfast meetings and I believe some training classes that the association offers. We also have an Instagram account, WSGVR. And there's this one that I really like the most, which is text alert updates, which gives you updates on upcoming breakfast meetings, what the agendas are, and upcoming classes. So if you take out your cell phone and you text WSGVR to 72727, you will be signing up to get updates from any events that are coming up at the association. And lastly, we also have a Twitter account at WSGVR. Our hours of operation, we are open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 5, and Thursdays from 8 to 5 p.m. We do open a little early on Thursdays because our breakfast meetings are usually happening at, I want to say 8:30. So we open up at 8 a.m. so that people can come in and get situated for the weekly Thursday breakfast meetings. Now, of course, because of COVID, the association is still remain closed, but they do take appointments and any servicing requests either online, over the phone, or via email. Our association also features a real estate service center and a store, which I'll go over in a little bit, a large auditorium, and a conference room for our members to gather. Here are your 2021 board of directors. We have President Mindy A., who is our 2021 president. We also have our 2021 president-elect, who will ascend to becoming president in 2022, Brian Chen. We have our Vice President, Ling Chow, our Treasurer, Lorraine Clark, and Yin Burr, who is our Secretary. And, we have Giuseppe Vianziano, who's our Media Past President. And we have Cecilia Rudar, Thomas Wong, Shen Zhang, Nanette Ong, and Pauline Lam, who make up the rest of our directors. Our staff, Our association cannot function without the staff members who are here always to support our members at our association. We have Albert Chan, who is our executive officer who oversees the overall operations of our association. We have Angelica Morales, who is our operations manager, who is actually on the call with us today. We have Karen Snow, who's our accountant. Belin Barrios, who's our communication and events manager. We have Fong Tan, who is our education and store manager. We have Christine, excuse me, and Susan, who are our member support staff. Our realtor membership is actually a three-way agreement, and the term three-way agreement refers to the structure of the realtor organization. So realtor members are members of the State Association of Realtors, in our case, which would be CAR, and our association, and in the state where the association is located, and the National Association of Realtors. All realtor members of WSGV are also members of the California Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors. This structure allows resources and influence to have a unified and powerful voice in shaping public policy, set recognized standards for ethical and real estate practice, which would be the code of ethics test that you'd be taking after this orientation class, and contribute to the betterment of the real estate industry as a whole. What to know about the realtor trademark? I am going to play this short video, so pay attention, guys.
Do you know, the real estate world can be really competitive. Standing out in a crowded market is crucial, but staying authentic while setting yourself apart is really the key to success. If you're a member of the National Association of Realtors, you use the Realtor mark to get eyes on you and your business and ensure those eyes see you as an honorable partner and trusted advisor. The Realtor mark means that you are more than a real estate agent. It signifies that you adhere to a code of ethics and that you are committed to protecting clients, the public, and other real estate professionals. It also tells people that you conduct business with integrity and provide high standards of real estate services. To ensure all members get the benefits of the mark, it's important that all members use it correctly. When it is used incorrectly, it diminishes the unique meaning of the mark and its value. Here's a few simple rules to help us preserve, promote, and protect the meaning and value of the mark for years to come. 1. Don't use Realtor as a synonym for real estate agent. Realtor only means member of the National Association of Realtors. That's something special that differentiates you and the services you provide. 2. Because Realtor identifies you as a member of NAR, you should use the mark with your name or the name of your firm. For example, Sally Rodriguez or Sunshine Realty. Remember to use all uppercase letters and the registration symbol to convey the special meaning of the mark. 3. Don't use Realtor with descriptive wording or as a job title. Using the mark like this implies it refers to anyone in real estate, regardless of NAR membership. For example, your hometown realtor is incorrect, even if you are a member of NAR. Remember, realtor means member, so it doesn't make sense to say your hometown member. No matter where the term realtor is used, whether on a brochure or website or in a social post or an ad, using it correctly preserves.
Let me fast forward this again. I'm so sorry. My apologies,
As
everybody.
you know, there's a job title. Using the mark like this implies it refers to anyone in real estate, regardless of NAR membership. For example, your hometown realtor is incorrect, even if you are a member of NAR. Remember, realtor means member, so it doesn't make sense to say your hometown member. No matter where the term realtor is used, whether on a brochure or website or in a social post or an ad, using it correctly preserves, promotes, and protects the value for all members. With a little help from realtors everywhere, all NAR members can continue to count on the meaning of the mark to help distinguish themselves and convey credibility and their commitment to serving clients and the community for years to come.
Does anybody have any questions?
As you know, the real estate world can be...
No questions in the chat as of yet.
Okay. Thank you, Angie. So what are the benefits of WSGVR member? So we have a lot of education resources. We have ZipForm Plus training, which is a primary system that we use to generate offer contracts, listing agreements, and things like that. We also have our CRMLS matrix training, which teaches you how to use the MLS. We also offer a 45-hour license renewal class. So when it's time for you to renew your real estate license, you do have to go through continuing education to renew your license. We also have commercial seminars, and we also have residential purchase agreement trainings, and a lot of other types of trainings and designations that we do offer. So to get more information about our current educational offerings, again, visit our website, wsgvar.com, and you'll see here under education and commercial, if you go to the education schedule, you'll be able to see what classes we're offering and what classes we have lined up. So the benefits of a CAR Realtor membership. So our CAR membership offers us ZipLogics, like I was talking to you about earlier, where we are able to generate CAR forms and contracts to help your clients. There's also a forms advisor, an online software program that recommends which CR standard forms you need to use for your transaction. And to access forms advisors, you would open ZipForm Plus and go to the transaction page, then click on the transaction tools drop-down menu, as you can see right here on the left side of the box, and select Forms Advisor. There's also a free profile page for CAR members, and this profile page is a part of the public Find a Realtor search engine. It allows consumers to locate you for your listings and other fellow member fellow real estate agents that match you for referrals. CAR also has another benefit. We also have a CAR legal hotline. And that hotline is where you get to talk to our attorneys at CAR if you have any questions related to your transaction. If you visit www.car.org/members, you'll be able to access these great resources and more. I see two chats from John. Are the training included with our membership? Which training are you referring to? And Danny, I see you have to do continuing education next year. Is there a separate fee for that when I complete the there is a registration fee with the DRE when you do the continuing education to renew your license. But I believe the 45-hour continuing education to renew your license for the classes that you take, it is free. Yes, I can go back to the last slide. All this information you'll be able to find on www.car.org. Those classes that I mentioned, the RPA, zip forms, and etc. Those are classes that are offered locally at West San Gabriel. I believe they happen, I want to say once or twice a month. Is that right, Angie?
Yes, so our zip form class is once a month on the third Monday of the month, which is usually after the new member orientation. So our next zip form class is actually this coming Monday. And you can find our full education schedule on our website, wsgvar.com, under education, and click on education schedule. A lot of these classes that we offer, yes, are free or low cost to our members. That is a benefit that we give to you.
Trang, are you done with this slide? If so, then I'm going to move forward. Okay, so the benefits of being an NAR realtor. So NAR partners up with a lot of companies to provide value-added offers and savings on products and services that we use in our business and our personal life. For example, there's a realtor's insurance place where you can get health insurance and wellness products. For technology, T-Mobile, Lenovo, we got Dell, we have FedEx for shipping expenses. If you have to ship out documents. We also have errors and emissions insurance, or well, not we, but NAR does have errors and emissions insurance that you can purchase at, I believe, at a savings if you go through NAR. So to see any more of these additional and other benefits and savings on products and services, please do visit www.nar.realtor. And then under Realtor Benefits Programs for more information about other companies that we have partnered with to give savings to our members. Member networking. So remember how when I was talking about the hours of operation on Thursdays, we usually open a little early for breakfast meetings. So we do have weekly breakfast meetings, and it's an opportunity for our realtors and our affiliates to network with each other, to see each other. They view Caravan together. Caravan is, like almost like a broker open house where people get to view the listings first, like previewing it for their clients. And also to hear industry focused presentations every Thursday at 9 a.m. During those times, we also do cultural events such as the New Year celebrations, Cinco de Mayo celebrations. We also do a global festival. We also have special events like our Christmas holiday celebration, 4th of July, Veterans Day, and we also do a full week of a member appreciation week. Now, of course, due to COVID, unfortunately, we haven't been able to host a lot of these events and meetings, but we are still holding our MLS breakfast meetings, and it's done virtually every Thursday at 9 a.m. So if you wanted to register for these weekly breakfast meetings, remember how I told you earlier about text WSGVR at 72727? If you go through, if you text that, it'll automatically send you the registration link weekly for our breakfast meetings. All right, member services. So earlier I did mention that we do have a real estate center and store. So what exactly is this real estate service center and store? So in our real estate store, as you can see in this slide, we offer a lot of sign writers, flags, flyer holders, shoe covers, real estate books, gifts, pins, and etc. Our association also offers a printing service, whether you want color, black and white for flyers or marketing, anything like that. It costs as low as $6 a page for our stores, or $6 cents. I'm sorry, $6 is a lot. 6 cents per page for black and white, and 30 cents a page for color for 101 plus copies. Now, if you guys do need some printing work done, please make sure you guys email membership at wsgvr.com with your member number, flyer quantity, and of course the proof that and the document that you need to have printed, and pickup time. So then this way it ensures the staff will have your printing available at your desired time. Again, yes, our offices are closed, but you can still shop online and pick up at the association office at www.sgvar.com and click on Pays Due and online store. You'll see an array of everything that we have at the store so that you would be able to purchase it and then just go and pick it up. Next. So I'm sure you guys have seen that we have this thing called a Supra. It's like this blue box. So the Supra allows real estate agents to efficiently market and show listed homes. You do have to obtain an e-key in order to be able to access a Supra lockbox when you're showing your clients. So please call our association office to purchase Supra products. And after the purchase, you'll be able to use Supra products as described in the video, which I am going to play right now.
In this quick video, you'll learn how to use your e-key to obtain the key and open the Supra Keybox shackle. Let's get to it straight away. Let's learn how to perform these two functions. It's showing time, and you need the house key to access the listing. Here's how to use your e-key to obtain the key. Enter your PIN code. Activate Bluetooth by pressing up on the bottom of the key box. When you see success, push up on the key container to release it and obtain the house key. Next, you have a listing. Let's release the shackle and assign the key box to a listing. Select Open Shackle. Enter the shackle code for the key box. Select the reason you are releasing the shackle. Tap Done. Tap Save. Tap Begin. Activate Bluetooth by pressing up on the bottom of the key box. When you see Compress the shackle to the key box in the app, press down on the shackle to release it and place the key box on the listing. Important: if you're adding a new listing, enter the house number or MLS number to assign the key box to the listing. This ensured that your showing reports and notifications are more detailed.
Does anybody have any questions about the Supra e-key? All right, I don't see any, so I'm going to continue on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I know earlier when I was talking about the CAR membership and the benefits that we have, a part of being a part of a CAR member is the legal hotline. So this legal hotline provides free one-on-one legal, oh gosh, hold on, sorry. My mouse is not doing me justice today, with CAR attorneys and regarding the real estate practice. There's actually an app for that, which is actually something new I just learned today. So there is a CR Legal Hotline app that will connect you to connect members to the CR Legal and give them a quicker, more user-friendly experience while in the field. So download the CR Legal Hotline app today. If you're, if you use an Apple Store, and then if you're using Google, then you go to the Play Store. I have used the CAR legal hotline a couple of times throughout my real estate career, and they do provide a lot of great advice and helps you kind of analyze the situation and give you different options that you can go over with your clients. So it's definitely a really great resource. Next, we do have affiliate members that that is a part of our association, and a lot of our affiliates consist of attorneys, lenders, title companies, escrow companies, health and wellness providers, insurance, home warranty, home inspection, plumbing, natural hazard disclosures, environmental services, and a lot more. Download the WSGVR Connect app in your Apple or Google Play Store today for the list of our affiliates. So SGVR not only comprises of our members, but a lot of our members also volunteer to be on committees. So as you can see here, there is a list of standing committees, such as education, who is the committee who schedules and puts on all the educational classes that we have at our association. We also have a finance committee who oversees the finances of our association. We have grievance if there is a realtor complaint on a transaction. We also have a legislative committee, which is probably one of our biggest committees, whether you're at the state level, local level, or at the national level. And the legislative committee is active in our local communities, especially with our public elected officials. to promote our agenda of home ownership and realtor and things that are important to our business. We also have a membership and special events committee who organizes all the special events and membership events that we have, such as with the special events like the Lunar New Year breakfast meetings that we have, or the 4th of July, Cinco de Mayo, and then the member appreciation week is also done by this committee as well. We also have a multiple listing service and technology committee who are the ones who come up with a program for your weekly breakfast meetings on Thursdays. And we also have a professional standards committee, and we also have a strategic planning committee. So these two, professional standards is to ensure that we're promoting professional standards amongst our industry. And strat planning is comprised of members who set goals and plans for our association to continue to move forward. We also have some special committees at our association. As I mentioned, we do have affiliates such as lenders, titles, and escrow companies. So those are affiliates, and they have a committee of their own. We also have the bylaws and rules and regulations committee, which I guess enforce the bylaws and rules and regulations of our association. We also have a global business council committee, which interacts with different associations across the world. Currently, we do have special relationships with, I believe we're the sister association to Taiwan. And we also have signed memorandums of understandings with a lot of other different associations. I believe we have Canada, Singapore, Malaysia, Mongolia. I want to say Mexico too. We also have orientation committee, which is comprised of myself and of a few other members who instruct on orientation for new members such as yourself. We also have the premises committee, sergeant at arms, and the one that's very near and dear to my heart is the Young Professionals Network. It's a committee where young professionals who are also realtors that come up with events to help other agents in our association who may be newer, who may be young, to network, mingle, get to know other people at the association, and kind of get to know what WSGVAR is about and other different committees, and just networking. Professional development. So as I mentioned earlier, NAR does have a lot of family designations, and also a lot of classes that they offer that is offered here at the local level as well at West San Gabriel. So here is a list of the different designations that you can get locally through our association that is provided by the National Association of Realtors. For example, there is this, here is a list, but there are some that we bring back every year, such as the Certified Commercial Investment Member. It's a really extensive certification where it teaches you A to Z in everything you need to know about commercial real estate. There's also the CIPS, which is the Certified International Property Specialist certification. We also do have a CRS, which is a Certified Residential Specialist certification as well, that we do host on, that I know of, that we host on an annual basis, and to encourage realtors to come in and get this designation so that you can better help your clients. There's more. There is also the green, the NAR green designation. I believe this designation is how do you certify a property that is green. We also have the Graduate Realtor Institute. We also do the seller representative specialist designation, and also the seniors real estate specialist designation as well. These are all really great designations to get. Of course, I'm not saying to get everyone, but if there is an area of focus that you do want to go into, getting one of these designations that may be more focused on, the target market that you're looking for would actually be pretty beneficial. And here are some more. I believe ePro is probably one of the easier ones to get. Talks about technologies, digital, initiatives to link up your today's savvy real estate business consumer. The short sales and foreclosures resources is also a really good one as well. And if you plan on working with veterans and military professionals, the MRP one is also a really great designation to get to help military relocation. Commercial services. So I know I touched a little bit about the commercial real estate offerings that we have at our association. So currently, our association has over 85 commercial members. They do monthly seminars pertaining to current and relevant topics about commercial real estate industry, markets, and the rights of property owners. The commercial seminars are free to attend for members and non-members. And they also do monthly training on commercial tools, such as using the MLS for commercial real estate purposes. Also, the realtors property training resource training that they do as well. And also annual training on residential development and land use series. That's actually a really, really great class. If they bring it back and you do have an interest in learning how to do residential development and how to develop vacant land, this is a really great class to attend. I believe it's a 6-part series. We started offering it, I want to say probably like 3-4 years ago, and it was a hit. Like the gentleman who teaches this class are all veterans in the real estate development and land use industry. So they come with a wealth of knowledge and plenty of case studies for you to observe or to study on. We also have commercial marketplace. It offers free networking events for commercial realtors to pitch their properties during the monthly commercial seminars and webinars. So for more information, do visit the WSGVR Commercial Services website, or well, not website, but section, excuse me, under wsgvr.com/commercial. Or if you have any questions and you're having trouble finding it, email membership or call the association. CAR and NAR annual events. So CAR, the California Association of Realtors, in the state, we have over 100 local association and 32 regions in California. West San Gabriel is in region number 16, and CAR holds 3 business meetings every year. We have one in the winter, spring, and fall. Usually the spring one is held in Sacramento, where we do have meetings with our elected officials to go over legislation that may be coming down in the pipeline that may affect our business and our industry, and just home ownership rights. For more information about these types of meetings that CAR does have, you could call the CAR customer service, or if you want for more information, you can go to car.org to get more information about these 3 meetings. The National Association of Realtors. So there are 54 state associations and 13 regions in the United States, and California is in region number 13. Now, NAR also has their meetings as well. So we have legislative meetings every year in Washington, D.C., where we do very similar to what we do in the spring meetings at the state level, and we go and meet with our elected officials. So in this case, it would be Congress and our senators that represent California. And they also have a realtor conference and expo, which is usually held in November, and this year it's going to be in San Diego. So they switch back and forth between East Coast and West Coast for the NAR Realtor Conference and Expo. If you want more information about what's going to be held at the conference and expo, you can visit nar.realtor, and you'll be able to see the agenda of what goes on during the time at the conference and expo. The Realtor Action Fund. Let's see. Okay, so what is the Realtor Action Fund? So the Realtor Action Fund is a vital service for you and your business. So by voluntarily contributing to the Realtor Action Fund, you're actually helping to protect private property rights through CAR's lobbying efforts. Hence, like what I was talking to you about earlier, our spring meetings when we go and meet with our elected officials to lobby and to promote private property rights. And also to talk about local issues and candidate campaigns. So contributions to your Realtor Action Funds help stop point of sale, such as point of sale mandates that would have cost a homeowner thousands of dollars in reducing their equity, or may even have prevented the sale from going through. For example, it's like adding sales tax to when you sell a property, or direct taxing of the realtor on commissions and other services related to the transaction. So imagine if you get a really nice check for closing an escrow, whether you're representing the buyers or the sellers, and being taxed on that gross commission. Throughout the years, these types of legislations have come, these bills actually have tried to come through time and time again. And every year we have to go up, we go up there, talk to our local elected officials to try to help them understand how it would impact the real estate industry and the housing industry in general if there were these types of point of sale mandates and these taxes that are on our commission and or sales tax on our clients' purchase of their home or the sale of their home. We also do donate, yes, donate would be the right word, to political candidates. Actually, I take that back. We also help fight political candidates who are against building housing and against realtor issues. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, let me stop that for a second.
Today.
I guess not. We don't have any questions, right, Angie? For some odd reason, the chat box isn't popping up for me.
No, not as of right now.
Cool, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play this short video about the Realtor Action Fund.
Somewhere in America, a young family will set out to buy a home. A growing family will decide it's time for more space. Somewhere, an entrepreneur will be ready to bring her big idea to the world. And one of the first things all of these people will do is call you. Every day, realtors help families get a step closer to their dreams. But realtors need a strong team looking out for them. And that's where Realtor Action Fund comes in. We're your voice. We work to promote and protect the real estate industry. And we support candidates who share your values. In state capitals across the nation, realtors are working with elected officials to ensure that qualified families can realize the American dream of home ownership. We're even taking on Washington. Both parties support tax reform. That means items like the mortgage interest deduction are under increased scrutiny.
Oh, that was a really short video. Was that it, Angie?
I think there was a little more, but I think it's pretty short.
Okay, I'll just continue. Wait, let me see. Let me play. Oh, it is like a
Today, someone.
No, I think that's it.
Action
After contribute today.
With your help, we can.
Cool. All right. Does anybody have any questions about this Realtor Action Fund? Okay, if not, I am going to move forward. So if you're interested in contributing, a contribution as much as $20 will make a difference. visit www.sgver.com and click on Contribute Now under the Advocacy and Legal tab. Or if you need help with navigating through, you could call our offices or email membership@wsgvar.com. I actually contribute to this fund every year because I've witnessed myself going up to Sacramento just how much effort it does take to advocate for private property rights and to make sure legislation such as adding a sales tax to your client's sale of their property or adding a another type of tax or fee on your commission, how much work and energy it takes to lobby for that, to not have that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the association. Any one of the staff members would be more than happy to help. Realtor safety. So little do people know, but realtor safety is actually really important, especially if you're showing clients that you may not know. So NAR does have a wealth of resources to help agents, brokers, and associations to better understand and educate each other about the safety risk that we face as realtors. So from planning your safety strategy to an array of safety resources, including apps, products, and educational classes and training classes. NAR has many useful items for all real estate professionals, including regular scheduled safety webinars, numerous articles organized by category, videos, and also a safety alert program. NAR further offers safety matters, safe business equals smart business. It's a free course to state and local realtor associations. And I believe before COVID, we used to do training classes, like self-defense training classes at the association. But of course, with COVID, we haven't brought that back yet. But it's really great class to attend when we start doing live sessions again, just to kind of, teach you a trick or two to kind of get yourself in a pickle if you guys do feel like you guys are in a dangerous situation. So here's a short video about just some best practices of being a realtor when you're showing homes.
As a real estate professional, you are in a unique position that most working professionals never face. In your business, you often share your contact information openly with others, meet unknown clients, and walk through vacant properties, to name a few. It's because of the unique nature of this business that it's critical for all real estate professionals to have personal safety protocols in place that you follow every day with every client, every time. So what kind of safety protocols should you implement into your daily routine? Here are a few to consider. When meeting a client for the first time, do not meet a new client at a property right away without first having an initial meeting at your office or a public space, like a coffee shop. During the initial meeting, make copies or take photos of the client's driver's license and pre-approval letter for your records. This precaution allows you to keep a record at the office of who your clients are, their information, and a calendar of appointments. When first meeting with a new client, you should discuss the types of real estate they're interested in and walk them through the safety protocols you have in place for all clients. Now you can arrange showings, meet them at properties, and schedule open houses to help them through the biggest financial decision of their life. When viewing a property, it's okay to ask your client to drive separately. This is a safety precaution for you as much as it is for them. Not to mention, you might both have appointments to go to before or afterward. Hey, this is cute. As you tour a property, walk behind your client. This routine safety measure allows them to see the room first and make their own impressions. Many agents do not go into attics, garages, or basements as an additional safety measure, but encourage your client to look around and let you know what they think. It is a safe practice to only show vacant properties which might not have electricity during daylight hours. This allows you to see what safety hazards may exist, like a loose floorboard or any defects the house may have. It's got potential. When holding an open house, advise your clients to board their pets and remove jewelry, family photos, credit card receipts, artwork, prescription drugs, and any other valued possessions from the home in advance of the open house. This is just one way to look out for your client and to keep their property and belongings secure. Keep a record of who entered the house by asking everyone who walks in the door to sign in with their name and phone number or show a photo ID. There is something to be said about safety in numbers. Consider bringing along a colleague when holding an open house. If there are several potential buyers walking through the home, even better to have 2 agents on hand to answer questions and keep an eye on things. Safety is an important part of real estate. Be prepared and follow the protocols and processes that have been put in place to keep you and your clients safe. For more information and additional resources, visit www.nar.realtor/safety.
Sorry, guys. I don't know why it keeps doing that every time I do this. Does anybody have any questions? Oops. Okay, guess not. All right. I can't see the chat box. So, oh, wait, I see one. Or maybe not. Okay. So, NAR Code of Ethics. This is a code of ethics that you guys are going to be tested on when you guys go through the code of ethics training through NAR to get your full credit for doing orientation. So let's kind of go through it a little bit. So National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics. So there's 3 main categories. It's duty to your clients, customers, duties to the public, and duties to other realtors. The new standard of practice 10-5. So last year on November 13th, the NAR Board of Directors voted to make some significant changes to its professional standard policies. And these changes went effective immediately upon enactment by the board. And specifically, NAR noted or voted to do the following: to add a new standard of practice 10-5 to the Code of Ethics, stating the following: realtors must not use harassing speech, hate speech, epithets, or slurs based on race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Revise a professional standard policy statement to expand the applicability of the Code of Ethics to all realtors' activities. And it's not just real estate related activities and transactions involving realtors. Continuation of Code of Ethics. So the first part, which are duties to our clients and our customers. So we do have fiduciary duties to our clients. When we establish a relationship, or what we call agency, is we always put our clients first. We always disclose issues, disclosure issues, I'm sorry. Exaggeration, misrepresentation, and concealment is a huge no-no. Cooperation and compensation. Realtors shall not misrepresent the availability to show. Self-dealing. So whenever you're, whether you're transacting for yourself, if you're writing an offer, you're listing the property that belongs to you, you do want to make sure you disclose that you're an active active real estate licensee. Self-dealing. Prior to rendering opinion of value or other service, inform the seller of your interest to purchase. Self-dealing. No secret profits. Dual compensation. Disclose to all, of course, with client consent. Trust account records, and clear written documentation given a copy at signing. So you always want to make sure you give your clients a copy of everything that they sign. Continuation on with Code of Ethics, duties to the public. Fair housing. Provide equal and professional services and information to all prospective clients. Professional competency. Meet the standard of care for each specialization in which you provide service. Truth in advertising. Making sure that you're painting a true and accurate picture. Unauthorized practice of law. Just don't do it. If you guys don't have a law degree, you guys are not on, the California State Bar or whatever state bar in whichever state it is. Just don't give legal advice, guys. We're not in that business. We're realtors. We transact on selling and buying real estate, okay? And duty to cooperate with professional standards. Article 17-5, duties to other realtors. Disparaging competitors, false or misleading statements. Try not to do that, guys. You don't want to give false or misleading statements and end up getting yourself into a legal pickle. Interference in an agency client relationship of another realtor. This is very common, especially if you guys are doing open houses. Make sure if you have any prospective buyers that walk in through an open house, or if they call you about one of your listings, make sure that, make sure you ask a question if they're working with a realtor or not. If they are, then be great. Hey, have your realtor reach out to me. If they are not working with a realtor, then yeah, you can definitely ask for the business. But if they do say that they are already working with a realtor, make sure that you don't try to poach or pry, and have them have their realtor reach out to you for any questions or writing offers and things of that nature. Okay. Duty to arbitrate commission disputes. Oh, that was really quick. So that is the end of the first part of our orientation. Does anybody have any questions at all?
I don't see any questions, Karen. I am going to share my screen really quickly. I know everyone,
go for it.
I know everyone had questions about how to get access to our education schedule. And I just wanted to show that if you go, you can see my Google screen, right? If you go to wsgvar.com and you click on education and you hover over education and commercial and click on education schedule, right there you will see that we have all of our education classes coming up. Our next virtual Zip Form Plus training is a free course, and it is on Monday, August 16th from 9:30 to 12:30, and you can register online. I just wanted to show everyone that really quickly. Karen, thank you so much for part one of the presentation. We will now take a 15-minute break. For those of you online, please do not log out. Again, please do not log out. It is for attendance records. Just stay logged in while you take your break. We will see everyone here at 10:15.
Thank you, everybody. Happy Friday the 13th. And I look forward to seeing you guys at the association.
Morning, everyone. Clearly, I'm not Karen Kuit, but I am Leon Townsend. This is part two of the new member orientation. This is where we get into the fun stuff of you actually being out in the field, MLS, or what we call the multiple listing service. MLS is just easier to say than saying all those letters. But before the MLS was actually around, right, we had a pretty inefficient way of us actually getting a hold of listings and negotiating deals. So before the MLS was actually created, the way that we actually went through and found out about what homes were on the market was every city had a book of open listings. And you could go to one agent who had it, you kept a written record of who had it, how long they've had it, and where it was used, and the last time it was used. So you can see already how inefficient that is, because a home could have sold while another person was actually in possession of that book. So there wasn't an efficient way to keep a database of homes that are on the market, homes that sold, homes that expired, homes that were pending, or anything along those lines. So that was the initial creation of why the MLS was needed to be here. So we needed to have an efficient way of keeping track of progress of our market. We couldn't come up with data or anything like that because that book was only updated once to twice a year if you were lucky. So the MLS, or the multiple listing service, is a function of the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. It is not owned by West San Gabriel. It is owned by a completely separate entity, which we'll get into a little bit. And it is a means to create blanket unilateral offers of compensation. In layman's terms, that basically means every person who has access to the MLS has the same opportunity to write an offer on a home that is on the market. And having that structure allows for an orderly correlation and dissemination of information, which means that every agent is entitled to the same information to help their client make a decision on purchasing a property or going to view a property or not. And it allows us as agents to provide better service to the client, which is important, but also to the public, which is even more important. We don't want to relay information that is correct for one person, but incorrect to everybody else. So, there's a little bit more information that is on the agent side of the MLS, if you've seen the MLS, compared to the public. But all pertinent information that's important to help the client make an educated decision is available to each and every client. So who can have access to the MLS? That is any active realtor. You guys are active realtors and you are officially members of West San Gabriel. Any licensed real estate broker. So if your broker is not a member here or of any association and become a participant, you can have a salesperson who's not a realtor member, so they're just a licensed agent, right? As you guys learned in the first part, you are officially licensed realtors because you're a member of an association. So those who aren't members of an association can join just as a subscriber only. And then those who are just under a broker participant, which means that they don't really do much other than use the MLS, can be a realtor subscriber. Think of it as you're subscribing to like a subscription like Netflix, right? You can have more than one user, but everyone has just like one account. So under one account, you may have 4 different users. So that's kind of similar to how the subscriber works, is you can only see certain things. But if you have the universal account that has access to everything, you can see everything. Our weekly breakfast meetings, I guess now is bring your own breakfast, because before we would have breakfast, but since we're not in person, right, it is bring your own breakfast to the computer. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be virtual for the rest of the year, just for not only your safety, but the safety of our staff. And there's a monthly MLS committee chair who leads for different ideas, different thought process that are all real estate related. It's an opportunity for you to network with other professionals within the industry. And there's also education courses naturally built into the breakfast meeting, ranging from things from what's going on in one of our 5 cities or a neighboring city that we partner with, what is, significant trends in real estate, such as, buying properties for cannabis, converting, potential malls into homes, whatever it may be, new developments that are coming up in Temple City or coming up in Alhambra, and what homes are coming on the market, as you have open houses, open pitches for those who want to attract some traction to their listings. So as you see at the bottom, our education courses usually are in person. Now they're online for the rest of the year. Our breakfast meeting doesn't start at 9, it's at 8:30, it starts at 9. But hopefully, if everything goes right and we go back to in person, it'll be at 8:30. We also have commercial networking, which is the second Tuesday of every month from 12 to 2. So for those who want to learn more about commercial or even get into commercial, you can learn there. Also, one thing to recognize is that you don't need a separate license to be in commercial. You are licensed by the state of California to do real estate, which involves commercial and residential. Just something to think about. I know everything's changed with COVID, but this is also another way for in-person. Hopefully starting in January. Right, so one of the things that happens very consistently is a dispute between one side of the transaction and the other side of the transaction. The only way for us to accurately keep each and every agent accountable, as well as consistently improve our industry is to have knowledge of violations and to report them, right? One of the things that a lot of realtors fail to realize or they bypass is the fact that we have ethics and requirements when it comes to how we deal with things, right? We're going to go a little bit more in depth about violations that are on the MLS, but we also are held to a higher standard, not only at the state level, but a national level, right? As you learned in the first part, we have a three-way agreement between West San Gabriel, which you're in right now, California State Association of Realtors, and the National Association of Realtors. By becoming a realtor, you have a three-way agreement. So if you do something wrong, there is a potential to be disciplined 3 separate times by 3 different people because we all have agreements and a contract with amongst all 3 of these. So if you believe that someone has violated the code of ethics, do not hesitate to call the association to report them. That's one of the things that we've been trying to push for. We can't consistently improve in our industry if people are scared or hesitate to write up an ethics complaint, right? Whether it may be, you know, compensation, whether, you know, we'll go into that a little bit more as well, whether it may be fair housing, violation of ADA, you know, violation of fiduciary duty, all those types of things are in the code of ethics. Do not hesitate to do it. But the most common dispute that people actually go through is money, right? You know, we have certain standards when it comes to commission. And sometimes if people try to not pay the commission that they advertise, we go into arbitration. But do not be scared to fight for what is your true commission. You can always contest a commission, but you cannot always back out on the commission as a listing agent. So someone, say if you're a listing agent and you offer 2%, right? You can offer 2%. 2% is a decent amount of commission. If someone believes that they're worth 3, they have to prove it. But, you know, it's not a guarantee. But if the posted compensation is less, you can fight for that, and the listing agent could, if deemed correct, you know, find a way to come up with that. But there's an actual process to every type of complaint. So for our ethics complaint, it first goes to the grievance committee. Grievance committee is responsible to determine if the complaint actually deserves a hearing. If there's a clear violation of the code of ethics, the grievance committee can say that, and then it goes to professional standards, and then professional standards reviews, and then it can go out of the board of directors, or it goes straight to a decision. Arbitration is just straight to professional standards. Anything that comes with compensation or lack of commission or lack of extra fee, you know, or abundance of extra fees, go straight to professional standards, and then theirs go straight to the directors to review, or if there doesn't need a review, straight final decision. Right, we want to make sure that you guys know exactly what you are responsible for, and as well as your expectations to not only your specific client, but to the public. All right, it's not an easy thing to do, but it's your responsibility. It's what you decided to do by getting into this industry. Another common thing that we should be aware of is antitrust. And what we mean by antitrust is whatever is on the contract, right? That's why it's important for you to know your contract. Anything outside of that or anything that sounds a little bit fishy can be deemed illegal. So if you have read your contract, if you felt like you've learned a lot from your broker, or you took this to your broker, and the other side is negotiating for something you are unsure about, and it seems a little bit illegal, it's illegal, right? Also, you have the potential for conspiracy, two or more people agreeing to take certain actions. Again, there is no such thing as a standard commission. No such thing. It's what you feel you should be paid. Yes, but all commissions are negotiable. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If the sellers only want to give the buyer's agent 1%, it's up to you to decide if you want to sign that contract or not. But the buyer's agent can ask for more, and you guys can work on an agreement to that. But if it's advertised at 1%, that's what was able to be negotiated. So just be careful. We're dealing with very high amounts of money, 6, 7, 8 figures, if we're lucky. Beware of any type of decision making that may be deemed as shady or slightly irresponsible or kind of skeptical about. Just say no. Just like the drug campaign, just say no. Or if you don't know, bring it to your mentor or bring it to the association or bring it to your broker. They will know exactly what to do. Your broker first, or your mentor, if your mentor is your broker or a senior agent, go to them first because they know exactly what to do, just so that you can avoid, again, a code of ethics violation or even higher up a state violation, all those types of things. Because if you are found in violation of the code of ethics, I call it a rap sheet. There is a website that details all of the code of ethics violators, what they did, what they were found guilty of, what their fine was, what their punishment is, if they lose their license, if they have to pay $1,000, if they have to take months of courses. It is all listed there, and you can't get rid of that. Some people can't stand the embarrassment and get out the industry completely. So it's not an easy industry, but it's also easy to get blindsided by things and make a bad decision here and there. So just be aware, be cautious, be ethical, be smart, be professional, and you'll succeed. So this is the MLS system, right? It is owned by CRMLS, the largest system and service provider in the United States. We are a member as West St. Gabriel. If you have direct issues with your MLS system, this is the number to call, and there are their hours posted. So if you have trouble getting into your MLS, call them, right? The association can help you with logging into the West St. Gabriel website, everything like that. But any issues with CRMLS, contact CRMLS. The mission of CRMLS is to deliver through local member associations such as ourselves the most affordable, reliable, and convenient listing technology service available, and to provide products and services that support realtors and maximizing use of property data to achieve business goals. So when you log into the MLS, when you first log in, after you input your username and password, on the left-hand side, there are a bunch of buttons. All of those are services and products that are free with your subscription to MLS. You have Realist, for example, what helps you with property info. You have Lion Desk, which is a CRM. You have Cloud CMA. All those types of things are offered to you free of charge. Those are available to you just from your membership. So this is not really updated, but these are all of the areas that have CRMLS. So you can either have full access to property data or a data share, which means you just need a separate login, but you can still see everything. Or you have reciprocal access, which is another data login as well. But all of this, I think it's more now as well. You can see. So if you knew someone that is looking for a property in, let's say, San Diego, right? I can pull up that area. It's up to you to decide if you want to go and do that property. You know, you might be at a slight disadvantage because you don't live in San Diego, but you can see homes that are for sale in San Diego. You can see homes that are for sale in Bakersfield, Fresno, some parts of San Francisco area. So they might have, you know, other places might use a different system, but all of these are areas that you have access to. So these are all of the associations that are similar to us as West San Gabriel that we can see information from, right? So you have Arcadia, Burbank, Pasadena, Montebello, Southwest Riverside County, Alameda County. You can have a data share with Beverly Hills. Some show up on MLS regularly. It really just depends. But you can get all of the information that you need from these areas just from logging into the MLS and doing searches. I encourage you guys to go in and play around with it because this is where everything you need. So I encourage you guys to do so just when you're bored because it's fun. You can see what's on the market and what prices are. Like I mentioned before, these are some of the products that you have access to just from logging into your MLS. You have CRMLS, which is the matrix, which is when you first log in, you see the matrix cloud MLS, which is what you can send out to the clients so they can have almost reciprocal access. You can access MLS on your phone. Home Snap, that's where you can look at homes in specific areas, use advertising to attract new clients. Same for MLS Touch. You can get market stats. So certain areas are on the rise or certain areas are on the decline. You have access to that as well. Quick question that you guys have in the chat. How can you search for homes in Fullerton? If you are in your matrix when you first log in, you can just type in the city of Fullerton and it'll give in all of the listings in the area. If you want to look for more specific things like school ratings and things like that, once you pull up a home, let's say you're in the city of Fullerton, on the bottom right-hand corner, there is a button. You can type in realist. If you hover over it says realist, you click on that. It'll tell you the school system in the area. Or if you actually access like Cloud CMA in the marketing, it'll tell you all the schools in the area, it'll give you ratings, it'll give you how many students and things like that. So all the marketing that you do comes with the school ratings if that's something that your clients are really looking for. What I encourage you guys to do, like I said, go around and play in it. Once you log in for the first time, on the right-hand side, in the top right-hand corner underneath your name, there's the matrix. You click on that, you can go into search and type in cities and things like that. So I encourage you guys, like I said, go in and play with it, get a full understanding of MLS so that you can use it to your advantage. Also, some other things that you can see. If you only want to work with, for example, new homes, you can utilize New Home Source Professional, which helps you market yourself to all of the builders and developers that are building properties. RPR, that's another way for you to look at schools. You can type in an address and you get a whole report about the property, who's in the area, what's sold in the area, school districts, school grades, an estimated sale price. You do a presentation for a listing agent. Showing time, that's if you want to stay organized when it comes to having a listing and you want to know when people are coming in, right? So you want to keep an organized calendar of who's coming in at what time and limiting the time that people are in your properties. But these are all member benefits that are for free. Some of them are just the basic option. Some of them are the pro option. So if you wanted the pro option, you might have to pay in like Lion Desk, pay a little bit extra, but it's at the negotiated rate. If you want to work with international buyers, you have Proxio, which helps them see that as well. Access after the class, yes, we can send them out to you. Also, what I encourage you guys to do, take advantage of the virtual classes that we have, the MLS, the zip forms. Take advantage of those because they'll show you all this stuff as well. You know, it's your responsibility to learn more in depth about all of this business and how it can benefit you. So I encourage you to take that time. If you don't take that time, then you're only doing yourself a hindrance. Lone Wolf is the actual, I guess we could say, the provider of our zip forms. If you don't learn much else in this industry, learn two things. Learn what forms you need to do a purchase agreement or a listing agreement, and learn how to get access to the information about current listings. Zip forms is everything you need to know. It's your moneymaker. Any form that you will need to do a transaction to make sure that your transaction flows is in zip forms. We have a monthly training. I encourage you to utilize it. It'll help you with templates. It'll help you locate all the forms you need. Once you know how to access this, again, this is free with your member benefit. Once you learn how to access this, your life and your business will change for forever. Because as long as you know where the forms are, the forms automatically update on their own. You don't have to go in and type in, edit, or make changes. They will automatically update. Not me, but the California Association of Realtors updates forms at least once to twice a year. So no matter what happens, the forms are going to change. The thing that is great about it is you don't have to do the changes. It'll just automatically update in the system on its own. So let's say that, well, actually, we're in August, right? The new RPA, or residential purchase agreement, comes out in November or December. When it comes out, it's already going to be in your system. You don't have to look for the changes. You just have to know exactly what has changed and what needs to be filled out. That's it. Right? I mentioned RPR, just a little bit more about this. It is such a huge time saver because 99%, don't quote me on the percentage, but almost everything for questions wise you would get from a client in a listing presentation, you can pull it from RPR. School systems, price of the home sold in the area, how the market is moving, average days on market, return on investment, right? You can literally do all of this just by pressing, clicking a mouse 10 times. You have all the information you need. You can send it. You can use it from your phone. I have had Android. You can take wherever you go. You don't want to use paper like I do, try to save a couple trees. You can literally email it from your cell phone. You can even text a link, and they can pull it up. So it's very easy. We've gotten very efficient when it comes to running your business. I encourage you guys to use this, use every resource possible, because again, if you don't, you're doing a disservice to yourself. And that's obviously, you don't want to be your own worst enemy. So learn the resources, learn the matrix, learn RPR, learn zip forms, and take it from there. Like I said, this is just a video about RPR. It's just a visual explanation of what the written word is. So as you see, you can get all types of property info and everything you will need to help them make an educated decision, right? When we use the phrase educated decision, we're basically talking about knowing anything possible to make the right decision. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, I moved here because, I'm selling because I thought my home was going to sell for $100,000 over, and it didn't sell for that. Or I thought this neighborhood was going to be $1 million neighborhood in a couple of years, and it didn't do that. So it's just, you want to help your clients in the best way possible. And this helps. Flat out, plain and simple. So again, when you first log into the MLS for the first time, this is all that's on your left-hand side, right? Super, realist, all of these things are available to you for the low, low price of $0. Now, this information I give you is kind of worth something. So, hit me up after you've watched, I'll give you my Venmo. Just kidding. But all of these things are available to you once you log in. Literally, once you log into the MLS, all this info is there. And you have access to it. You can click one by one and register yourself and utilize this for any type of client. Glide helps you with all your disclosures when it comes to a transaction, just because of the fact that there's a lot of forms that you have to fill out for every transaction, depending on starters, if it's the type of loan, then you have disclosures on, when you're doing a home inspection, when you are releasing contingencies, when you are doing anything within a transaction. So learn these things, right, and use them. And the rules for the MLS get updated at least every 3 to 6 months. So these are all of the regulations that comes with the CRMLS, and what happens if you don't follow these rules, and the repercussions. The repercussions are very steep if you don't fix it quickly. Usually, if you make a mistake, you have a small bit of time to fix it, and if you don't fix it, it just starts snowballing. You can't avoid the MLS. It's like that crazy ex, right? They keep coming back around. The MLS is more like, hey, you messed up. I know you messed up. You realize you messed up. How long is it going to take you to fix it? If you don't fix it, I'm just going to keep piling on, fine after fine, citation after citation, to the point where it could balloon. So you have to be careful about everything that you do, because this information goes to the public. If it was just going to internally within other realtors, then you might get a little bit of leeway. But since we are talking about going to a large amount of people, plus people that we don't even know technically, because of the fact that it's just public information, we don't know how many people see this info. So to avoid ourselves getting into trouble, make sure that we know this and are doing the right thing. So one thing you guys have to know, which is very, very important, is the clear cooperation policy. This basically means, in layman's terms, within one business day of marketing, of listing to the public, it is your responsibility to put that listing into the MLS. If you are willingly going to do marketing, do open houses, do virtual tours, all of that, this property needs to be on the MLS. Now, if you are going to, for example, put it on the market and then put it back off the market because you're not ready, you have to have a clear reason why. But anytime you are advertising that you have a new listing going on the market, and you're sending out flyers or creating information or scheduling an open house, that property better be on the MLS. If it is not within a time, it is a fine. Flat out. If it is leaving your internal area, it has to be in the MLS within 24 hours. So if I were you guys and you get a listing, as soon as you leave that house, I would go to Starbucks or go straight home and do it, so that you can avoid all of this. It's not saying don't do marketing or prep it or send out proofs or anything like that. It's saying to not give one person more of a fair advantage over the other, place it to the public. Place anything in the public, it is open eyesight for everyone. It's readily available for everyone. So we now, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we now have a status called coming soon. So coming soon basically means you have a listing agreement. The listing agreement is signed the same day as you went to, when you put a property into the MLS, that's the day that's been advertised. The listing agreement is the first on the date on the listing agreement is the first day that the home goes on the market. If you have a home that, for example, is getting new paint or it's getting remodeled, or it's anything that necessarily is not up to code or made easy for people to fully see what the home is about, you can put it in coming soon. Coming soon lasts for 21 days, right? After 21 days, it automatically goes into active event. You can receive offers, you can do advertising during coming soon. But the one thing you can't do is actual showings. So if you see a property in coming soon status and they are doing showings, file a complaint. You can do marketing for a future open house to get as many people as possible during coming soon, but you have to convert to active status before you do the open house. So you've been in coming soon for 2 weeks, but you're going to do open house tomorrow, right? Before tomorrow happens, I need to be in active status. Now, if you do get offers during coming soon status because people are looking for that, they want, properties, I wouldn't say desperate, but they want to find a home. You just can't go see the property. I can make an offer, but you just can't go see the property during coming soon. They would have to switch it to active. So as we are prepping, and hopefully you guys are in the process of starting to get listing appointments or buyer's appointments, if you get a listing appointment, the first thing you should automatically do is gather all information, right? What do we mean by all? First things first, make sure you have the right address, the right property number, the right owner, right? All that type of information. And then you have to determine correctly what type of property it is. Residential, normal single family home, or 1 to 4 units, right? Residential income, same thing, single family property or 1 to 4 units that is not actually occupied by the owner. If it is not occupied by the current owner and is being sold, you can put it under residential income. Residential lease, obviously the property is not being sold, it's just being for rental. Land and lots, vacant land, or anything along those lines. Mobile homes, reason why they're called mobile is because it can move, but it still plants itself in the ground. And then commercial, and then a business opportunity. All right, now we're into the good stuff, right? So you got your first buyer's client and you need to show properties. First thing we should do is go to the showing instructions and recognize exactly what they want us to do. Whether it be call first, it's vacant, go on Supra, it is appointment only, or open house only, whatever that may be. Make sure you follow those directions. You secure the property so that you're not getting squatters, or you're not getting a Project X experiment where they party and just wreck the house. If there are any issues, do not hesitate to call the listing agent because they're the ones who are responsible for the property. You're responsible as well, but you also want to make sure that they know everything that happens, right? So if you have a lockbox, right? And you input the serial number on the lockbox. That links up directly to your name and the association that you're with and your MLS ID. So if something happens and you have no idea who was in there when it happened, if they use the Supra, you can pull it up. You can pull up records and file a complaint against that person if necessary. Like I said before, if you do something wrong with the MLS, do not ignore it. So a violation must be corrected within 2 days, right, of a warning notice. Some things that happen don't require a warning notice. And it just happens to be an automatic violation. But you have to make sure that you timely correct a noted violation before a citation, right? And CRMLS uses the email address that you provided to maintain active status as a realtor. So we have our top 5 MLS violations. The first one, you would say that, oh, that's easy. It's very careless. If you get a listing and they sign the agreement, first thing you should do, outside of whatever they need you to do, before you get in the car, turn around and take a photo of the home, because that is necessary. You need a photo of the home to put in the MLS, right? So, and that has to be within 2 days. So you have a listing, you got it on Wednesday, you have till Friday to post a photo of the outside. And if you don't, that's a violation. Right. Number 2, you are not allowed to have any type of marketing in the photos. 0. Right. Definitely no name, business card, photo, for lease signs, for sale signs. None of that stuff is allowed in the MLS. Because again, this is going to the public. So it's giving yourself an unfair advantage when it comes to selling your property, which is what we don't want, right? Our goal is an even playing field for everyone. Number 3, right? Kind of what I mentioned before. Once you get a listing agreement, you have technically 2 business days to upload it. I highly encourage you, just like I said, do it initially right after you get the listing, right? Pull up to Starbucks, put that info in, or do it as soon as you get home from that appointment. Because if you do that, you won't have to worry about this stuff, and it'll be second nature and easy for you, right? We only want you guys to succeed, but if you're not doing the basic stuff, then why would we, why would we want, why would you want people to think that you are going to still succeed, right? Our next violation, a misuse of public remarks in media. Very easy to do these things, right? Now, this is mainly heading towards the property description, right? This is mainly looking at the information that you put about the property. Everything that you put in a property description should only deal with the property. Doesn't deal with the previous owners, doesn't deal with the neighbors, none of that. It deals directly with the property in itself. Now, CRMLS can move things if they feel like it's inappropriate, right? So all of these things, right? Never put your contact info on public information, because that goes to everybody, right? Zillow, Redfin, Trulia get all their information from us, and they get it late. So if they are referring to a home that 2 hours ago was on the market, you can have your agent go back in and be like, can you check this address for us? Just let me know how it's going. And they'd be like, oh, it already sold. So you don't necessarily know these things, but you have to be aware that you know exactly where the information is coming from. The best way to get information about property is directly from a realtor because we update faster than anybody else. Zillow reference really at 24 to 48 hours. We're 15 minutes, literally every 15 minutes. But if you're trying to put something in a property description and it doesn't sound right, it doesn't need to be there. If you hesitate on it, don't put it there. Don't even mark it down. Accuracy of information. Like again, like I said, make sure you get everything correct. And I mean, there's human error, there's all these types of errors, but make sure that you put all the information that is accurate to the best of your knowledge. And if something is wrong, make sure you go back in and change it within 2 days. All right. I don't know if you guys are going on showings heavily, as some of the agents have been around for a little bit longer are, but lock boxes are not that secure. The best way for you to secure your safety and your client's safety is using a super. Because the super, once you log in, because it's Bluetooth enabled, you see exactly who is on the property at all times. So don't be afraid to grab a lockbox if you know that the place is locked still. But you want to keep your clients, if you are representing the seller, safe. You want to keep your clients, if you're representing the buyer, safe. That is your whole purpose. All right. So I know this may seem like a lot, and I've gone over a lot of stuff, so that's Karen. But, couple of things that I hope you guys remember. Make sure that you input all information within 2 business days. I don't care if it's Sunday, input it in Sunday so you don't have to worry about Monday or Tuesday. Make sure all information is correct. Keep all the information and status correct and up to date. Don't ignore compliance emails, act and respond, treat everyone fairly and with professional courtesy. You do that, you're going to kill it in this business. Questions about how to make sure you're staying in compliance? You can go to this website. There's the hours of operation, or you can do a live chat. So, realtors live and die by the golden rule. Do unto others as you would hope others would do unto you. Right? We all heard that before, hopefully. But that's kind of how we run our business. And that's how we should run our business in regards to that. Now, I'd like to officially welcome you to the real estate family and have some fun while doing this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to let you guys answer questions, ask questions and I'll answer them. So anybody have a
They are possibly entering their questions in the chat. Leon, thank you so much for this informative presentation for part 2 of the new member orientation. Everyone will get a copy of this recording as well as the slides that came with it. It would be received no later than Monday, August 16th. I don't see any questions as of right now. Oh, we have one. I'm doing an open house tomorrow. It's a duplex and I can't be on both sides of the home. Any advice?
Yes. For you guys who don't know, next month, September, is Realtor Safety Month. So one of the most important things that they actually preach and hope is if you're doing an open house with like an upstairs, downstairs, or a duplex, this is what you do. You either stand in the middle of the properties so that you can see who's coming in and out, or have a partner with you, maybe like a title rep or a mortgage banker or another agent from your office. So what you guys could do is you can be in the front and they can be in the back so you can see exactly what's going on. Or if you still can't do it by, you still can't find someone else to do it, limit access to the front so that you can control who's coming in and out, and then lead everyone to the back after there's a lot of people that have, after there's a set of people that have gone through the front. So your goal is to make sure that you don't have your back to a visitor at all times and you control the situation. So if you mention that, it sounds like it's 2 1-level duplexes. So just make sure that you do that. You don't want to have people roaming. You don't want to have people unaware of what's going on. You want to be able to control your surroundings and control the situation. So I would say ask, the easiest way is to just get another person. You do the unit 1, you do unit 2, and they swap. If it's a mortgage person, I can help you get qualified, help, pick up those visitors if they need to be qualified. Or if it's just another person, you get all the leads or whatever it may be.
Leon, we have one other question. I think I'll answer this one. It says, do we sign up via email for the second part? I believe you are speaking about the new member Code of Ethics online training. And yes, that is online in your welcome email, subject line, welcome to WSGVR. There is a link to that class that gives you instructions on how to take it. So yes, it's online. Look in your welcome email. It'll also be in the follow-up email that I send after the new member orientation. With that being said, I don't see any other questions. Did you have something you want to say, Leon?
Oh, I was just gonna say, you guys have fun, enjoy it. This is very fun. It's a great career. I love it. Maybe we might do a deal together soon. You never know.
Thank you. With that, we will end the new member orientation. Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you.